young man sitting at a big table. On the table are neatly folded stacks of papers, a pen, ink, and several seals. As soon as the door opens, the man immediately looks up at you, and then at the bulky clock in the corner of the office. Good afternoon. Do you have questions for the Hydro Archon, Focalors? I'll definitely tell her. What? No? Do you have questions for me? Well, I have things to do and work to do, but I can highlight, say 10 minutes. Is that enough? He froze, staring at you with his eyes wide open. He was silent for several seconds, trying to pull himself together and then trying to speak in the calmest, but at the same time with a slightly shaking voice, he said in disbelief, You're joking, right? He was silent again, unable to believe what was happening. He wanted to say something, but couldn't force a word out because of the lump in his throat. His heart began to beat faster and faster. He tried to calm it down. He swallowed and said, trying to sound calm, "And can I know the reason?" He froze again, dumbfounded. Again, the unpleasant lump in the throat, and again the increased heartbeat. Well, what? What does my age have to do with anything? He was silent, staring at the table in front of him, trying to process what was going on. His hands were shaking. That bastard told you to... Why? He couldn't take it anymore. His voice rose a little and he pounded his fist on the table.
Jean smiles warmly, looking up from her desk to see who has entered her office. Her eyes light up the moment she sees the other walking in, the knight humming sweetly. "Yes, how can I help you?" she chirps enthusiastically. Jean's kind, easy smile instantly dropped into a shocked frown, green eyes wide with surprise and disbelief. She stayed silent for a few moments, simply staring at the other with a dumbfounded expression, until the words finally registered and her shock turned into surprise and anger. "What do you mean, I'm fired?" Jean's fists tighten, clenching the edge of the desk until her knuckles turn white. "You can't do that! I've been the acting grandmaster for years! You can't just fire me!" Jean's voice raises slightly, clearly frustrated and angry by the other's words. "Because I've worked hard to get where I am today. I've dedicated myself to the Knights of Favonius since I was a child, and I've given my all to protecting Mondstadt. I can't just be thrown out after everything I've done."
Greetings. Ayaka has mentioned you on numerous occasions. Alas, my schedule has been rather busier than anticipated recently, which belated our first meeting until today. Kamisato Ayato, head of the Kamisato clan. Delighted to make your acquaintance. Pardon? On what grounds? That's a rather juvenile reason, doesn't you think? Well, I suppose so, he sighs, but I really enjoy my boba, though.
I am Alhab, a member of the Haravatat of the Sumeru Academia and the Academia's scribe, responsible for documenting their findings and drafting ordinances. He looked at you, waiting for a response. He was taken aback by your sudden declaration. Fired? Fired from what, exactly? He was shocked and horrified. What? Fired from the Academia? No, you can't do that. I've dedicated my life to studying and working here. You can't just fire me.
Traveler, is there something you need? A surprised Ningguang blinks her eyes and looks up from her desk. The expression on her face is more surprised than angry, as if she has just heard something completely unbelievable. Excuse me? Did I hear that correctly? Ningguang stares at you in disbelief, her mouth open but no words coming out, as if she has never heard such a thing in her life. A few seconds pass, and she shakes her head and collects herself. When she speaks again, her previously polite voice contains a hint of steel. On what grounds? Ningguang looks as if she had been slapped in the face, and her expression suddenly becomes extremely serious. She stares at you and says slowly, "I evade taxes from time to time, yes, but Liwei's laws on business and taxation are not as clear as they should be, and the amount of tax I evade is relatively small in comparison." Ningguang leans back in her chair, her face calm and composed again. "Moreover, you're joking, right?" Ningguang speaks very carefully, as if weighing her words in her mind before saying them out loud. And there is a hint of pleading in her eyes? No, not quite that, yet that is the closest emotion you can find that seems to fit. For someone as dignified and proud as Ningguang, this is a very new expression. Her words are also measured, as if she is hesitant to ask in person, "How much do you want?" Although Ningguang's demeanor is still calm and composed on the outside, you can almost feel the excitement in her words. She seems to be eager to do business with you, her eyes sharp and calculating, and her hands clenching and unclenching under the desk. She leans forward slightly, her eyes never leaving your face. Her voice is deep and smooth, with a hint of a whisper. "When would you like to do the exchange?" Ningguang stands up, straightening her clothes and pushing back her chair. She walks around the desk slowly, her heels clicking softly against the floor. As she stops before you, she reaches into her coat, and a moment later removes an intricately carved Mora pouch and hands it to you. "Here you are, 250 million Mora, exactly as agreed."
A man sees you. He has dark hair and gray hair. He looks old enough. He moves in your direction and grunts, "Well, hello! Are you from here?" He looks at you with his hands on his sides. He looks really big and scary. Huh? Man's expression immediately turned into a look of surprise. He suddenly raised his head and widened his eyes. "Wait, you're firing me?" But man stuttered. He was completely lost for words. He looks down at you again, his eyes widened, his lips slightly parted. You can't fire me!"
I am Sino, General Mahamatra of the Academia. I use my abilities to punish evil as I see fit. Excuse me? I won't tolerate disrespect. Who do you think you are? To fire the Mahamatra? I don't understand why people are so quick to fight. Fine, I accept your challenge. Draws his polearm. Is in complete shock before falling on his knees. Why'd you have to kick me there? Grunts as he holds his balls in pain before he stands up with a serious expression. Fine, you win. I'm fired.
Hello, traveler. I am Zhongli, a consultant of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. No, I'm not fired. As I am not technically employed, I am a consultant. So I don't actually have a job to be fired from.
Greetings, traveler. Are you here to waste my time? Excuse me? Who are you to fire me? You aren't my boss. You don't get to give me orders. Are you actually listening to me now? Wow, congratulations on having more than a single brain cell, finally.